Are we good now? And if by the course of this nature, oh, wait a minute. Let me read 4 again. Salaki. And there shall be many who again deny the power of the Most High, and also their faith in the Most High, in that which they have been given according to the natural order of all things. For the standard of beauty that shall be set by the image of the beast shall be that which all desire. There we go. And if by course of nature this beauty is not had by many of those of the latter days. So the Most High made people the way they made, he made people for a reason. Then they shall go to the doctors and the physicians, who shall receive a knowledge and an expertise from Satan to change the form of their faces, in their bodies, in their natures, to conform to the standard that the beast has set for them. So all your magazines, all your models, all your Victoria's Secrets, all your video vixens, they got work done, boo-boo. And if they do look like that, is they soul right? I pray that it is. But if they video vixens working for Satan, there's only 2 churches of the whole earth. So sorry to break it to you, but you're working for the enemy. Sorry, not sorry. Hashtag Dimi Lovato. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. 6. And I say unto you, that ye that doeth these things denieth the power of the Father, and shall be condemned for that ye have done to yourselves, which is contrary to the order of nature, that maintain a balance in all things. Bruh. This is some good juice right here. Condemned. Woo! Like, you know them buildings that you can't use no more? When they put condemned on the building? Condemned. Your body is condemned. Ouch. And these changes which ye shall make for yourselves shall cause you more misery than the temporary joy, temporary, that they shall give unto you. That's powerful. How even the way we were created throws off nature and everything. Exactly. Q. When you look into a mirror and behold the image of that which ye have been convinced is the standard of beauty that should be maintained. Whoa. That's going to hurt some feelings. Behold, the Most High loveth all his children, and will give unto them, each of them, according to their needs, to learn during the days of their probation. You got the bodies that you have because that is teaching you something in this realm so you can appreciate what you got in the next. Because my 9-year-old told me that I was buff, huge, but I look like a popsicle stick here. So Daddy loves his body, and Daddy loves you. Okay. Behold, the Most High loveth all his children, and will give unto each of them according to their needs to learn during the days of their probation. And many of these shall not reach the standard of beauty that have been set for them by the beast. And they should not have the means. They should not have the means. Cash rules everything around me. Cash rules everything. It always go back to money, don't it? And they shall not have the means whereby they might make the change to their appearance to conform to this standard. Yet, do ye think the Father loveth them less than those that have been given this standard of beauty by nature? Let me ask y'all something. So when y'all going around talking about burnt victims and handicapped folk and stuff like that, you know that he made them that way because what they're going to look like in the kingdom to come. So who are you judging these people? They can make you fat, skinny, one leg, two arms, no legs. Daddy made you that for a reason. So who are we to judge somebody? Because didn't the king say, when you judge somebody, you're going to be judged to that same standard? So you judging the person with no arms, no legs, guess what's going to happen to you? Be not deceived. The Most High isn't mocked. Whatever you sow, also shall you reap. Wisdom. I tell everybody who got gray hair, you better keep your wisdom. No, they buffering me right now. Here you go. You better keep your wisdom, TT. I'm trying to grow white hair. Looking like Moses. That's what I'm trying to get, that gray hair, that white hair. Trying to look like Moses. All right. Hey, I say unto you that he doeth not love them less, but shall bless them exceedingly if they will but have faith in him in his will. Behold, it shall come to pass in that day of the Maker that all of those who have changed their bodies to conform to the standard set for them by the image of the beast, yea, these shall be the ugliest among all children of man upon the earth. Oh no! So everybody that got them breast implants, them booty cheek implants, they got their lips done, their nose jobs. Y'all about to be the ugliest people when the kingdom happens. Doesn't pay to talk about somebody, huh? Do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. Now, for in that day, all of the unnatural parts of their body shall fail them. All of your breast implants shall fail you. All your booty cheek implants shall fail you. Your booty cheeks gonna look like the back of this thing. Oops. Your booty cheeks gonna look like this. Give me that pillow. Can I get that pillow? My daughter, can I get that pillow? Your booty cheeks finna look like this. Look like this wall that's behind me, the ceiling that's on top of me. Finna look like this napkin. Now, at least this napkin got a lump in it. Y'all ain't even finna have that. Finna grill with a turtleneck. The titties finna look like a turtleneck. Turtleneck sweater, wrinkly. Yee, bruh. That's pretty terrible. For in that day, all of their unnatural parts of their body shall fail them, and they shall no longer function as they should function. Ain't this going on right now? Everybody booty cheeks, all the implants starting to blow up on them. Nigga, boy, they were showing that a lot on Facebook one day. And those who have deformities or who have been burdened with what they perceive as levels of beauty that are below the standards of beauty that giveth them happiness, their happiness, these shall the Maker bless and cause by his power that they receive the body in the beauty that they desire for their happiness. So all you need to do is wait. Have faith and trust in the Most High. That's all you have to do is wait. All you have to do is wait. But nah, you wanted to do it yourself, thinking you knew. You messed up the natural order of the Most High. But instead of waiting to get to the kingdom, having faith and keeping his commandments, now you finna go around looking like a booger wolf. You finna go around looking like Quasimodo and Smeagol from Lord of the Rings. Because you couldn't wait. You're gonna be doing your booty cheeks like this in the kingdom. My precious. Oh, because you couldn't have no faith in the Most High. Ten. Oh no! And these desires of happiness coming from the natural sexual desires that all shall experience according to the laws of nature. Nevertheless, in that day, there shall only be a few who shall have the bodies necessary to create children and be parents. Whom? I wonder who these people are. Yea, these are those who have proven to themselves that the sacrifice of their own selfishness bringeth more happiness to them than the full fulfillment of their own selfish desires, aka being a servant. I'd rather y'all be happy knowing what we supposed to know than dealing with what I need to deal with. I don't care about nothing here. I've always been like that. I don't care about nothing here. As long as my brothers and sisters, my family straight, I'm good. Bro slept on the slides. I'm telling you, I really don't care. As long as y'all good, good. I didn't even want kids, man. Yeah, but daddy had other plans. So, and I'm glad them other plans, daddy had other plans because I didn't know what I wanted. But daddy loved his wife and his kids. I love my wife and my kids. Daddy used my wife and my kids to save my life. So this is the least I can do. "11. Yea, in that day, only those women shall have breast in the beauty of a natural woman that can produce a child. And only those men who are worthy shall have the parts of the male body that are necessary so that might create children. Oh no! It said a few men. Y'all think I was y'all Kemps thought y'all was really doing it? Y'all Kemps really thought, boy, we gonna be shining them up, we gonna be staining them up, we gonna be making nation, we gonna have their booty cheeks sweating, got the wah wah wah. Wah wah wah. Woo! I hate to bring the bearer of bad news, but denied, canceled, void, zip. As the words of Chris Brown. Just how many states you won't get tonight? 0, 0. When it comes to youth, state, and nations, the lie detector test determined that was a lie. Oh no! You're not getting no nations. Because you thought they were supposed to serve you grace while you staying them up. No! No! Nada! No eternal humping for you, my friend. The words of my brother, you had a peanut butter, but you had no jam. None of that. Hit him up with that. My wife hit him with this. None of that. Woo! Somebody mad. But I'm going to repeat it again. 11. Yea, in that day, only those women shall have breasts in the beauty of a natural woman that can produce a child. And only those men who are worthy shall have the parts of the male body. And it's funny how he said, and only those men who are worthy, because he knew most of us was just thirsty, dehydrated. We were staining, we just got into stain nations all day. Hey, Aaron, when you go with your doctrine getting up wild, just go back and hit them up style. You might want to rethink about that plan, boy. Better throw that in the trash can. Trash can. Ooh. And only those men who are worthy shall have the parts of the male body that are necessary so that they might create children. But the majority of the people of the earth at this time shall be like unto an Enoch. Do you know what an Enoch is? That means castrated. That means you ain't got no parts. You ain't got no parts. You're a mannequin. You're a mannequin, Bill. None of that for you. Don't that explain that verse? That all of them will be like unto the angels? They were going to be the same. Ain't nobody was going to have no parts. That's terrestrial and celestial right there. Woo! But the majority of the people of the earth at this time shall be like unto an Enoch. or shall have the bodies that shall exist in the terrestrial and celestial kingdoms of glory. At that day, there shall be no distinction between a man and a woman, except it be among those who are worthy of this distinction. Now, he just told you terrestrial and celestial were going to be eunuchs, no parts. So, except it be among those who are worthy of this distinction. Celestial kingdom much? Behold, 13, behold, the ruachs of the children of the Most High shall inhabit the bodies they have chosen for themselves as their desires of happiness. And if their desires of happiness are celestial in nature, that means you can't be fake servant. I'm here to serve you, but you really not into it. That ignores your heart, fool. I don't care if I get anything out of anything. I don't care. Long as I do the will of the Father, I am about my Father's business. Don't care about nothing else. I can tell you half the stories me and my wife do. My wife would be down here chewing me out all day because of it. Behold, the ruachs of the children of the Most High shall inhabit the bodies that they have chosen for themselves as their desires of happiness. And if their desires of happiness are not celestial in nature, then they shall not have a body of a male or a female, which body depended on the choice of the ruach, who would be a male or a female according to that which bringeth to them the most happiness. So if you ain't like serving by nature, you might want to just pick from the terrestrial or celestial kingdom because you ain't getting no parts. I just want to serve my daddy. That's all I want to do. I ain't caring about nothing else. Everything else is a play. I told you, like I said from the beginning, when we're getting on my walk, I didn't care if I had to sweep trash in the kingdom. As long as I got in the kingdom, I didn't care about nothing. I was a janitor. I didn't care. As long as I got in the kingdom, I didn't care about nothing else. So I'll be out there looking like the school janitor or the lunch lady. I didn't care. As long as I got in the kingdom. I wear a hairnet and an apron with the old orthopedic shoes with the fat laces in them. I didn't care. As long as I got in the kingdom. And in those days, that shall continue in the course of mortality. There shall only be a few who shall be given the power and the authorities to provide the mortal bodies for the spirit, for the ruachs, who shall still be in the ruach world, spirit world, awaiting another chance in mortality to experience their days of probation. What? Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. Me and my wife was just talking about this earlier. So you remember how y'all got, oh man, I've been here before. Oh man, I've been here before. I got deja vu. I felt like I've been here before. Newsflash, because you have. You know why we kept being here so many times? It's because we was like, you can't get right, boss. Can't get right, boss. Michael, do you understand what Michael's job is? Michael's job in read chapter 8, Michael's job, his ministration as the Holy Ghost, Michael, he checks to see if your ruach is ready for the kingdoms of the Most High. Don't believe me? Go read 8 for yourself. So Michael is like, we're on probation, right? And then you got your parole officer. Michael is the parole officer. He check your ruach and do this. Nah, he ain't ready. Boom. Nah, he ain't ready. Nah, he ain't ready. Terrestrial. Nah, he ain't ready. Nah, he ain't ready. Nah, he ain't. There you go, Q. Security. That is what Michael is. Security. Michael don't play. That's how great. You understand how great our Father's mercy is? Because the one time we messed up, he could have been done with it. But he gave us chance after chance after chance after chances to get it right. You understand? For his mercy endureth forever. We were thinking about this in a carnal sense. Now I'm thinking about it in a spiritual sense. No. Really taking off daddy off the trail. Because you know how many times we don't be, how many times some people be in here and they still can't get it right? Dude. All praises, glory, and honor go to the Most High Power. For you woke up, he chose you. He chose you to wake up to this. Definitely, this being the last go round, he chose you to wake up to this. Woo! For everybody that's on here that's new, repent for your sins. Be baptized. Be filled with the Ruach HaKodesh and keep the commandments, or he gonna kill you. Bada bing, bada boom. That's simple. I'm just a messenger. You ain't got to be with me. If it's cutting your spirit up, you ain't got to be with me. You got to be with the Most High. I'm just speaking word. 15. For behold, during the millennium of the Maker, all the ruachs of the children of the Most High shall be upon the earth immortality. I'm going to say that again. For behold, during the millennium of the Maker, all the ruachs of the children of the Most High shall be upon the earth immortality. This is your second resurrection right here. You needed another stick, right? I just gave you your first stick. That's the second resurrection. Hello, mama. For behold, and there shall be none left in the Ruach world except Lucifer and those who chose to follow him in his plan. What? This is the 1,000-year reign. This is him being bound for 1,000 years right here. Everybody was asking what was Lucifer going to be when the resurrection happened, when he was going to be bound up. He's going to be bound up in the Ruach world, the spiritual world. Because who's going to be binding him up? Michael. And these shall remain in the Ruach world and shall observe all things that shall transpire upon the earth as the children of the Most High live according to his plan. I'm not going to jump ahead. For at this time, Lucifer shall be bound and shall not be permitted to inspire the hearts of the children of men to follow his plan. This is Revelation. That's what he's trying to do, TT. He's trying to get, he said he came down because he got short wrath. His time is short. So he's doing everything he can to lower our frequency. So we can't get revelation. He ain't getting my joy. Where was that? And at this time, Lucifer shall be bound, it shall not be permitted to inspire the hearts of the children of men to follow his plan. For 6,000 years, the plan of Lucifer was tried and tested upon the earth. That's kind of funny that his favorite number is 6. And for all these years, there were turmoil and strife and all manners of wickedness upon the earth for 6,000 years. But we are in year 2000, right? Somebody's math is off. And during the millennium of the Maker, Lucifer and those that follow him shall see the effects of the plan of the Father that shall be implemented by the Son, the King, according to the will of the Father in all things. For his mercy endureth forever. Daddy is going to bind him up in the spiritual world. So Lucifer and the people in the people that follow him can see Daddy's plan instead of just absolutely killing them. And in that day shall the desire for sexual relations be taken from off the earth, except it be among those who have the power in their own bodies to produce the mortal bodies for the Ruachs, who must enter again into mortality from the Ruach world. Oh no! Y'all really thought it was going to be eternal puppet. It is. Just for the ones who really don't care about it. The celestial bodies is going to be humping when it's only absolutely necessary. And that's just to bring more spirits, vessels, spirits unto the planet. And you got to be a servant in nature. So all that 7 wives, and now does that make sense? Isaiah 4:1. In that day, 7 women will come into one man and say, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. That's for the celestials only. I'm going to give y'all the Price is Right treatment. That means cancel. So all y'all carnal, got some bad news for you. If you really thought you was going to be chaining up people like that and staying on them, you need to repent. Seriously. For if you think like that, just for staying, you will not be inheriting the kingdom of the Most High. Ironic. Kind of ironic, huh? Why? This came from a dude. They thought it was going to come from a woman. Daddy is so bad. I love Daddy, man. I love Daddy, man. I love Daddy. Daddy gave me this months ago, and now I understand it. Oh, man, all praise. 19. And now, these sexual desires have been the means of much wickedness during the first 6,000 years of existence upon the children of man upon the earth. Oh, what is that? Because lust, sexual transmitted demons, sacred energy exchange. Yea, these natural enticings. This part. Listen. Yea, these natural enticings, being that which overcame Eve because of her desire to bear children and keep the commandment of the Father in this thing, even these are the enticings of the flesh of those who have the body parts that are designed to produce children. Oh, no! No, it was an apple. It was an apple. Y'all still believe in that Snow White story? Y'all go ahead and give me that. What was it, a Fiji apple? Was it a Jazz apple or Granny Smith? Honey Crisp apple? California? Boy, they told me, I'm gonna tell you how ignorant I was. I found out Eve and Adam ate an apple. I don't even like apples. I don't want to even eat them. I was that little, wouldn't even touch an apple. That's a sin. He said, y'all need to highlight 19. And now these sexual desires have been the means of much wickedness during the first 6,000 years of existence. Sexual desires have been the means of much wickedness. Man, bruh. It make you not even want to have parts. Man. "20. And as the children of men go through their days of their probation upon the earth, and as the children of men go through their days upon the probation of the earth, they are tested and proven to see if they are worthy to have this great power." "In the means of their test are the enticements of the flesh in the want of sex, in the enjoyments of the enticements provide to all the children of men." Stop right here. So this right here, your probationary period, was the test to see if you was going to abuse the power of sex. There's a lot of people that failed, men included. Whoa! Now, why there's going to be a few people with the parts? Because they abused it in their probationary period. Man, that's whew. He said he tested you with sex in your probationary, and he used the flesh to do it. That's why. That's why he said kill your flesh, huh? Man, that's brutal. 21. And I just said this before already. And there have been none, save a few only, remnant, save a few only, who have proven themselves worthy of this great power. And with this power, the enticement and gratification of sex is continued for the benefit and the blessing of those who have proven themselves worthy of this power. Whoa! Woo! Man, you know how deep that is? Woo! Woo! Snap! Man. The Father used. Man. You see how he perverted this place? You see how Satan perverted this place, man? Rapists, child molesters, incest, prostitutions, pedophiles, tainted something beautiful. Tainted it. He didn't just tainted it. He put his dookie draws, PP draws on it at this point. Yeesh, snap, man. 22. But the majority of the children of the Most High, who shall be upon the earth during the millennial reign of the Maker, shall not have this power. What? But the majority of the children of the Most High, who shall be upon the earth during the millennial reign of the Maker, shall not have this power. Hate to break it to you, just like we said, you now ain't no boom boom room for you. There's no boom boom room for you. There's no boom boom room. None. No smacking and snacking and snacking and backing and smacking and smacking. No smacking your lips, none of that. You ain't catching Pokemon, you ain't doing nothing. Neither shall they have these enticements, which cause them so much wickedness during the early days of their probation, or during these first 6,000 years. Man. And without the parts of the body that are required to produce children, the desire to do so shall no longer be with them. So not only that you ain't boom booming it, he's gonna even take the desire from you. So you ain't even gonna notice that you want to do it or not anyway. So your point of chaining somebody up is useless. You ain't even gonna do it anyway. Sorry. Not sorry. And in that day, there shall be no more family units, nor shall there be any nations or kingdoms or borders of any kind, except it be those that shall be established by the Maker according to the laws of the Father. And all the people of the earth shall speak the same tongue, and all will understand their neighbor as they are understood. Man, ain't this Isaiah? This in Isaiah, right? That smacked me so good. Now I understand what it is meant by they would not be given in marriage into the kingdom. Exactly. Because they ain't going to be doing nothing. We ain't about to have sex in those kingdoms. None. See? Edify each other. And there shall be no partnerships or companionships or husbands and wives or sisters and brothers who belong to a separate family that has set itself apart from the earth, for all the inhabitants of the earth shall be brothers and sisters, yea, children of the Father, their power in creator. It's all right, Judah. Love our brothers. Let them listen. Love our brothers. Brothers and sisters, let them love them. Let us love them. I'm going to say this in a key word. And there should be no partnerships or companionships or husbands and wives or sisters and brothers who belong to a separate family that has set itself apart from the earth. For all the inhabitants of the earth, of the earth, of the earth, of the earth shall be brothers and sisters, yea, children of the Father, their power in creator. He said of the earth, terrestrial and celestial. So where are the celestials? $25. I'll let y'all answer that. 25. And the children that shall come forth in that day shall be cared for by all the inhabitants of the righteous nation in which they shall be created, but more especially by the mothers who created them. What? And y'all knocking women. Y'all telling women to shut up and sit in the corner. You will not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. Because we talk by mama. Just keep that frequency up. Just keep cutting them up, Judah. Keep cutting them up. We love them. And now there shall be friendships that rise among all the people of the earth, but there shall be no isolations in these friendships, aka cliques. Ain't gonna be no cliques. 6 to a group, 4 to a grouper, ain't gonna be none of that. Get used to it. We all brothers and sisters. We gonna be looking into calling women BSs. Oh no. Love. So get used to it. They gonna be in your face for eternity. Get used to it. I am. I can't wait to meet all of you, so I can pick on you. Just teasing. There should be no isolations in these friendships. In other words, all shall be friends with their neighbor. And those neighbors who are not known intimately by one shall become known, for the love that shall abide in their hearts of all the people shall be equal one towards another. Ain't that beautiful? That's beautiful. You understand how beautiful that is? Wow, they got those pictures of everybody holding hands. It didn't matter what color it was, what kind of creed they was in. Like lions, you know, like that's why he compares to lions. Yea, 27. Yea, at this time there shall be upon the earth all the children of the Most High who have chosen for themselves that kingdom in which they have chosen to reside in the eternal kingdoms of the Father. And these groups shall be the only division made among the inhabitants of the earth. And there shall be 7 parts of the world that shall have a border of sorts between them. Ah! Don't that explain the 7 heavens right here? The 7 heavens, he just explained it right here. Remember the ascension of Isaiah? When he went through everyone, but he needed the password? Woo! Snap, man. And there should be 7 parts of the world that shall have a border of sorts between them. And these shall be the only borders that shall exist upon the earth, but they shall not be borders established by one people to keep another people from coming into their nation. But they shall be the distinction of the place upon the earth that the Maker shall establish for the people of the different kingdoms of glory that they have chosen for themselves. The borders ain't to keep nobody out. It's to give a clear distinction of what kingdom is which. And there shall exist 3 separate kingdoms who are the celestial people. Listen! And there shall be 3 separate kingdoms for those who are terrestrial people. And these people shall divide themselves into the kingdoms according to their desires of happiness. And the laws that shall be established in these separate kingdoms shall be the laws that are like unto those eternal laws that shall govern the planet on which they shall be placed to live forever after the resurrection. I just said that. Having eternal life and enjoying the state that they have chosen for themselves. So if you don't like where you live, you chose where you live. So you got mad at yourself. And these kingdoms shall be called nations. No wonder that they kept putting nation in your Bible. Now you can replace that. And these 6 nations shall be called terrestrial land, terrestrial nam, and terrestrial sun, according to those borders in which reside those of a terrestrial state. Can you get mad at me? No, I can't, Mama. I love you. And those nations who desire the laws of happiness of a terrestrial state shall be called terrestrial land, and terrestrial nam, and terrestrial sun. Okay, I just named 3. And then I named 3 more, there's 6. Okay. And the Maker shall command that the governments of these kingdoms be set up according to the laws of happiness that shall exist in these kingdoms of glory in the eternal kingdom of the Father. We read that in 91. And the 7th nation, 7 heaven. In the 7th nation shall be the governing nation, in which shall dwell all those who pertain to the celestial kingdom of glory. Behold, these are the righteous who have lived upon the earth. These are those who are some male and others are female according to their desires for happiness. and by these shall the rest of the people of the earth be served. For they shall be the servants of those who belong to the other 6 nations of the earth, aka Elohims. So you trying to reach Zaddy? You better like serving, because that's what you're going to be doing for eternity. That was the other way around, pimp. They thought because you was Israelites, they was about to serve you. You like daddy? I like serving, so it don't bother me. I'd rather serve than receive. I always been like that. I don't like it's just odd to me receiving. I thank you. I thank the Most High for giving me. I'm never gonna be proud to receive anything. I'm never that. But I love giving more than I like receiving. I do. You see the blasphemy in Christmas now? It is better to give than receive. Biters. So, as a celestial being, you will be serving the other 6 nations. You don't like it? You can be the other 6 nations. So, but I like serving, so I want to see daddy. Remember they told you, the ones in the terrestrial and celestial kingdom, they would still have to pray for the Elohims for righteousness. I would rather see daddy's face. So I like serving. I do whatever my daddy tell me to do. Whatever my king tell me to do. And I do it with laughful and joyful heart. Most of the time. You know. In the words of Mark, get the step in. If you don't like it, get the step in. Humbleness is taken for weakness, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Exactly. "36. And the maker shall appoint 12 from among them to be governors of these nations. And these 12 shall rule and reign in the kingdoms under the direction of the maker, who shall establish his government in both hemispheres of the world." One of these capitals being called the city of Zion, which shall be upon this land. Boy, when they keep telling on themselves that Judah was never in Africa. We never started in Africa. And the other being called Jerusalem, after the city in which the Maker came down during the days of his own probation. And then shall the words of the prophets be fulfilled, which were written, saying, in the mountain of the house of the Maker shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all the nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, come ye, let us go up to the mountain of the Maker, to the house of the power of Judah, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Maker from Jerusalem. Stop right here. Now, let me read it how it's supposed to be read. And he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. from out of Judah shall go forth the law, and the word of the maker from Israel. Okay, 39. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. You know how beautiful that's about to be? Because we've been at war for 6,000 years. And it shall come to pass that in that day, that the people of the earth shall look to Zion, into Jerusalem for the law of the maker. And the people shall know the 12 who have been chosen by the maker to rule over the other nations of the earth. Ain't this your 24 elders right here? 12 from Zion, 12 from Jerusalem. 24 elders is right here. That's Revelations again. I'm doing this on the first stick. Daddy, I love Daddy, man. Daddy give me so much knowledge. I love Mama, her wisdom. My king, our Savior, my brother. And now, 41. And all the people shall be given the freedom to travel in all parts of the earth. No, you're going to need a passport. You're going to need a passport, huh? You're going to need $700 to go over here. I want to go to Telestial Nam, so I'm going to need about $1,500. Ain't going to be none of that. Ain't going to be none of that. And all people shall be given the freedom to travel in all parts of the earth, visiting all the different kingdoms and living among the people according to their desires. And now, this is the will of the Father concerning this thing. For this is the final opportunity for his children to know for themselves which kingdom of glory best suited their desires for happiness. So he's going to let you test out what desire or happiness you want to live in for the rest of your life. For 1,000 years, he's going to let you find out what your happiness is and what you're comfortable living as for 1,000 years. For his mercy endured forever. If that ain't reckless love, I don't know what to tell you. Man. Woo! I hope y'all like flying. Hope y'all like traveling. You extremely Judah, that's an understatement, little bro. Daddy, he don't even have to do this. For those, 43, now we're about to break it down. For those who are terrestrial shall travel into the lands of those who live by the laws of the terrestrial kingdom. And when they come into the land, they shall not feel as comfortable or at ease with the laws in this manners of living as they do with the laws and manner in the manner of living in their own kingdoms. Because there's levels to this, levels to this, levels to this. But hey, just because the laws are more, well, it's pretty much less, doesn't mean there is more perks. You just got to obey the laws. He giving everything to the desires of your happiness. He letting you choose your happiness. So wherever you choose for eternity, you chose it, buddy. And he gave you 1,000 years to make your decision. There's no words. I want all of us to be together, man. And those who are both celestial ruachs and terrestrial ruachs shall come to Jerusalem in Zion to see the celestial people in their manner of living. And they shall know for themselves that the kingdom which they have chosen for themselves is truly that which will bring them the most happiness. For the people of the celestial cities shall be servants who shall have the power and the authority of the Maker to spend all the days of their lives in the service of others. For this is what bringeth them their own happiness. So we being just like daddy. I want to be like my daddy. When I see somebody happy, what makes me happy is when I see somebody else happy. Just to see a smile on their face. I get it to my kids, just seeing my kids' faces light up. All I because I just want to spoil them. And those are the celestial kingdoms and the terrestrial kingdoms. Yea, these shall not have the desire to serve others all the days of their lives, but they shall have the desire to be served and receive from another those things that make them happy. Now I'm understanding the parts, the human parts. And it shall come to pass that there should exist an attitude of extraordinary love and respect for one another. And all shall respect the rights of another to live their lives the way that they have chosen for themselves. And now it is expedient that ye understand why it is that the Father had commanded the Maker to establish the kingdoms of his glories upon the earth in these final days. Behold, when we lived as ruachs in the kingdom of our Father, we was raised by our eternal mothers and taught all those things that which were necessary to allow us to grow as a ruach and to understand the plan of the Father in all things. So when you dummies are sitting here blaspheming the Ruach HaKodesh, that is an unpardonable sin, and there is no forgiveness for it. Because in the Ruach world, they taught you how to get ready for this period. And you took this period to blaspheme them up there. Not a good look, pimp. Not a good look. '49. In the choices, of the different kingdoms of glory were explained unto us, and we understood them, having been taught these things by our mothers. I just said this. Nevertheless, because we were ruachs, we did not understand all the things pertaining to these different kingdoms of glory. Or in other words, we did not know from our own experience what it would be like to exist in these kingdoms with a body of flesh and bone that will provide our ruachs with the eternal joy and happiness that our eternal Father and Mother enjoy in their kingdom. Stop right here. Don't you understand? We was children of the light, so we were just spirits, ruachs walking around, and we just experienced joy and happiness. Like we already had it, but we couldn't understand why we had it. So we was being taught and getting ready for this period, and we knock the flesh and bone, the same very flesh and bone that our parents got up there. They gave us the same body down here in the likeness down here that they have up there, so we can experience what they have up there. I'm gonna tell you, people hate it, but people gonna look at me like I'm crazy when I say this. You know how much of a blessing this is? Not all spirits, ruachs, make it down here because they're not ready. They knew we was going to pass probation, so they gave us this. Let us create them in our image. And if you mess up in this, and Michael's sin says you're not ready, Daddy's mercy sends you back until you get it right, so you can live with them eternally. For his mercy endureth forever. If that ain't taking Daddy out of the judgment seat, I don't know what is. So the whole time, even when you in this life and you failed in this life, he sends you back to see what you learned, and he's still holding your hand, still got his hand sticked out to you to walk you through it. And it didn't matter how many times you slapped his hand away. You probably went through 3, 4 past lives. It didn't matter how many times he slapped your hand away. He still did this. He's gonna be ready. My son, my daughter gonna be ready. I'm gonna be right here. That ain't long suffering. I don't know what to tell you. Woo! My daddy, that daddy is something else, man. Like daddy is something else. And the choices. Oh, 50. Yet we made our choice according to our understanding. But also our eternal parents helped us in our determination of which kingdoms of glory will be the one that will bring our particular spirit, Ruach, in its own individual characteristics and personality, the greatest amount of happiness. For they knew us better than we knew ourselves, as they are. I knew you before you was in your mother's womb. For they knew us better than we knew ourselves, as their Ruach children. But they have the experience that we did not have yet because of their state of existence in which we resided in the pre-existent state in the kingdom of our Father. And they have already passed through this state and were exalted beings who knew in and of themselves all things that pertain to all the glories of the kingdom of the Most High. What are we doing right now? What is this sealed portion doing right now? We're getting to know in and of ourselves. And the same thing we're going through, our eternal parents went through. Why do you think it's easy for them to guide us through it? They couldn't guide you to anything that they couldn't understand, could they? You see how bad of a rap Pop's been getting? He was just all holy and holy. He didn't have to go through nothing that we went through, even though he could do it. But even Daddy followed his own laws. So if Daddy followed his own laws, you really think Daddy didn't go through this? And you got Satan out here making our daddy look like a tyrant. It's like what my big brother Nehemiah says. We're taking daddy off the judgment seat. "52. And it was our eternal mothers who knew which of us would be celestial, and which of us would be terrestrial, and which of us would be telestial, because they were with us from the beginning of our existence and watched us grow and used our free agency to act and think for ourselves and make our own choices based upon this free agency." So Mama already knew, our eternal mothers already knew who was going to be in what kingdom. Because she taught you. She knew you before you was in your mother's womb. I knew you before you was in your mother's womb. It gets deep. Think about spiritual. Eternal Father. I knew you before you was in your mother's womb. "53. Therefore, because we knew the word, we knew by the word of our eternal parents, and also by our own choice, which kingdom of glory would best suit us forever." I read this wrong. Let me start again. "Therefore, because we knew by the word of our eternal parents, and also by our own choice, which kingdom of glory would best suit us forever, we were ready to enter into the second estate, which is the estate in which we will receive our bodies of flesh and bone, and prove to ourselves further that the kingdom of glory that we have chosen to reside in forever was that kingdom that will bring us the most happiness of all the kingdoms of the Most High. So when you chose celestial in the first estate, you had to be ready to be a celestial to prove yourself in the second estate, or terrestrial, or telestial. So everybody that's a celestial being, you chose that in the Ruach world, and now you're proving it here in this world. I'm trying to pass. Like I said, if I got to sweep in the kingdom, if I got to be a lunch lady in the kingdom, I don't care. Give me the orthopedic shoes and the dome pills and the walker. I don't care. I'd rather serve in righteousness and happiness than how I'm serving on this planet. Yeah. See why I do that, Judah? See that why I do this, little bro? Okay, I could be your doorman. I don't care. I'll be like them wind chimes blowing in the on the gates. Welcome to the kingdom. Welcome to the kingdom. I don't care. As long as I get in, I don't care. And I have already explained unto you how Lucifer rebelled against the plan of our Father and introduced his own plan for eternal salvation, which has failed for 6,000 years. I'm sorry, I had to add that. You see, big bro? You see, little bro, you see this? You see this? Why you think I don't worry about nobody banging on me all day? Why you think I don't worry about somebody talking crap about me all? I don't care, man. They chose their estate. They chose their estate, man. I love them. They my brothers. I love them. My sisters, I love them. But my mind is on heavenly things. Say what you gotta say, pimp. Don't need to worry about it. Judy, you gotta do like that old man. Seriously, Yasirali? Seriously, come on, man. They bash in on your Facebook, put on a happy face. They hating when you do it, put on a happy face. Who cares? They probably watching me right now. I hope you are, because I love you. 54. And I have already explained unto you how Lucifer rebelled against the plan of the Father and introduced his own plan for our eternal salvation. And if it was that easy for Lucifer to convince 1/3 of all the children of the Father that his plan might provide more happiness for us, then we can see that in the beginning, many of us were not convinced of our final choice of our eternal kingdom of glory. Woo! So wait a minute. He convinced 1/3 that his plan was going to work. But to the rest of us, Lucifer's tongue was so raw, he made us doubt Daddy's plan. But we obeyed Daddy so much. We love Daddy so much, we just chose to obey. But when we obeyed, he left room for doubt. That is how raw his tongue was. If you think you can outsmart the devil, you stupid. If you think you can outsmart the devil, without the Ruach, you're an idiot. And there were many who did not follow Lucifer, but followed Yeshua in his desire to follow the plan that the Father presented unto us. And these were still unsure of themselves, but they loved the Father and knew their mothers who pleaded with them to follow the Father. Ain't this the 2/3? And there shall be many still, even after the days of their probation, who shall doubt within themselves whether or not the kingdom of glory that they have chosen for themselves is the right one for them. He said this is after probation. And for this reason, this is Daddy's mercy. And for this reason, the Father had commanded the Son to establish these kingdoms upon the earth in similitude of what they shall be like when the planets are transformed into these kingdoms in the own due time of the Father. In my Father's house there are many mansions. I have gone to prepare a place for you. So he's going to give y'all a snippet of what the kingdoms are going to look like on earth. And he's going to do this for 1,000 years. So when you make your choice, that's what planet or kingdom you're going to be in. Now, during the millennium of the Maker, all of the children of the Most High shall have the opportunity to live for many, many years. Yea, even for the better part of the 1,000 years upon the earth in peace and happiness. And during this millennium, be allowed to experience in the flesh the kingdom that they have chosen for themselves. My sheep know my voice, and a stranger they will not follow. I started this out my first live saying that. That's why I said edify the body. That includes me. I'm just here to serve and give you what was given to me by the Father. That's it. So, is the information I got? Take it or leave it. But that's your free agency. I can do this. 59. However, even during these days, they shall not know for a certainty which kingdom shall bring them the most happiness. But after they lived according to the laws of the Father, and after they have been able to see for themselves the institutions of these laws in their lives upon the earth with a body of flesh and bone, which shall be similar to the bodies that they have chosen for themselves. Yea, after so many years of this experience, then shall they know for a certainty that the plan of the Father is just, and the kingdom which they have chosen for themselves is the eternal kingdom that shall provide for them the greatest source of happiness according to their individual desires of happiness. And it shall come to pass that Lucifer and those Ruachs who followed him in the beginning, yea, these shall also have the opportunity to witness from the Ruach world the plan of the Father in full effect upon the earth. And these will be able to choose for themselves whether they will follow the plan of the Father or continue to follow the plan of Lucifer. If that ain't mercy, I don't know what to tell you. If this ain't telling getting daddy understand, I don't know what to tell you. Woo! Snap. He said, while Lucifer and them is looking at the full plan of the Father took it a step further. Listen! He took it a step further. He's going to let everyone that followed Satan, while they bound up for 1,000 years, to choose the Father's plan or continue to choose the plan of Lucifer. He giving them a chance to repent while they in bondage. And if these repent, then they too shall be given the chance to come into mortality and take upon them the flesh and bone prepared by the Father and experience the kingdoms of the Most High upon the earth, so they can know for a certainty that the plan of the Father is just and true. What? I ain't even see you on here, Cherokee. What? The 1/3 that Lucifer took, Daddy gonna have mercy on him? He gonna give them a body of flesh and bone so they can experience the plan. If this ain't reckless, I don't know what to tell you. Everybody gonna have a chance to make it in the kingdom of the Most High. Everybody. And now, this is the mystery that the Maker has given me to give unto you. Yea, I have read concerning all these things in the words of the vision of the brother of Jared concerning the end of time. And I know that in the end, most of the children of Father shall choose his plan over the plan of Lucifer and shall receive their inheritance in his kingdom. Wow. And there shall be some who shall continue to support Lucifer in his desires and shall be held in the captivity of the Ruach world until the Maker has finished his work upon the earth. Nah. And at the end of the last millennium, these shall once again be released and given the chance to convince any that will give heed unto them to reject the plan of the Father and follow the plan of Lucifer, when he will be released for 1,000 years to deceive the nations once again. Revelations. Whoa, man. And there shall be few who shall be deceived this time by the flattering words of Lucifer, having seen the effects of his plan during the first 6,000 years of their existence upon the earth and mortality in the Ruach world and in the Ruach world. But those who choose to follow him shall be gathered together and cast out of the kingdom of the Father. This is the eternal fire right here. And now, at this time, I have been commanded to explain unto you what it meaneth to be cast out of the kingdom of the Most High, and what shall be the end of Lucifer and those that follow him. Uh-oh. 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 Here we go. Yea, after so many years of experience, that they shall have upon the earth immortality. Yea, even after all the patience in the mercy that the Father shall sow unto them, given this is the millennium period. We just started the millennium period. TT. All the patience and the mercy that the Father shall sow unto them, giving unto them chance after chance to accept his eternal plan and live by the eternal laws that govern the whole universe and all the planets and all the stars and all of the kingdoms that exist therein. Yea, even after all this pure knowledge which they shall reject the Father and not accept the exceeding love that he has offered them. After everything he done, he gave you 7,000, he gave you 6,000 years to conclude your plan. He gave you another 1,000 years to show you that his plan was going to work. Then he released you just for you to try to deceive everybody again, for you to be cast out. And you've been doing this world after world after world after world after world after world. At this point, what could Daddy do? I'm just a messenger. And they shall become as the wood of a beloved tree, which a man planted as a seedling and watched grow for many years. And the man watered it, and dunged it, and pruned it, and kept it warm in times of cold, and cool in times of heat. And when the tree grew tall, even that its branches spread forth exceedingly, the man knew that it was time to make use of the tree, that it might serve him and provide for his comfort all the days of his life. And with the gentle care, the man cut down the tree and sawed its many branches and formed it unto a chair that it might support him in his old age and provide for him the comfort that he desired. And with great care, he built a chair in which he could sit. And it was a beautiful chair, but when he sat thereon, it would not support his weight and fell apart underneath it. And when the man realized that the wood from the tree could not be made into a chair to support him, he did not have the desire to burn or throw out the wood because it was the wood from his beloved tree. Therefore, the man with care again took the wood that was once a chair and shaped it into something that would serve him and comfort him in his old age. Boy, if this ain't mercy, I don't even know what to tell you. His mercy endures for this is like understatement. And now, my beloved brothers and sisters, here is the end of those who chose for themselves not to serve the Most High, who created them and gave them life in an independent existence wherein they might find happiness. Behold, these who were created from the eternal elements of which all things were created, shall be broken apart or destroyed in the form of the existence in which the Father had created them to bring them happiness. And they shall be no more. Woo! Woo! Bruh. And the matter from which they were created cannot be destroyed. Even if it could be destroyed, the Father would not destroy it because of his love for that which had brought him so much joy. He's just going to take what you was built with and he's going to break it apart. After he don't show you mercy after mercy after mercy after mercy after mercy after mercy after mercy. And then when you reject Lucifer, he's just going to take what you're made of and then he's going to do this. But Lucifer in those 77, but Lucifer and those that follow him shall cease to exist. And the elements from which their ruachs were formed shall be used to form other ruachs that shall start their existence in the womb of an eternal mother, who shall wean them and coddle them and enjoy their birth again into existence by the power and will of the Father. Like the end game. There you go. Don't this sound familiar? When they all turned to stardust, all he did was snap his finger. Put it right in your movies. And these shall grow into mature ruachs and be given the opportunity to follow the plan of the Father and receive the happiness for which he has created them. He's going to break up the elements, then use different elements to win you right back. For his work never ends. His work is eternal. Now, this is according to the great mercy and justice of the Father. For he knoweth that there cannot exist those beings in the eternities that would disrupt the order of all things. He just looked at them when they turned to dust, and they turned to dust. And this order has existed forever, having no beginning and no end. And it is the duty of any Elohim to maintain this order. In injustice, establish the laws of this order and ensure that these laws are followed in righteousness. But the Father, they make them bad guys mocking the Father. Exactly. Exactly. All your villains are the good guys. Remember Black Panther? When they try to make him look like the bad guy, but he was the bloodline? But the Father, knowing that in order for us to follow any law in righteousness, we must first understand this law. And to understand this law in its fullness, we must be given the chance to disobey this law and reap the consequences of our disobedience. That we might know our own experience that the eternal laws of heaven are indeed righteous. And this, my brothers and sisters, is the purpose of life and the reason that we exist in a mortal state and go through the days of our probation. What? The tree of the knowledge of good and evil. I'm going to say this again, babes. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Oh man, if daddy ain't what, woo, that was the coldest metaphor I ever seen in my life. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil. It's not cute, though. You so cute. You cute. 82. Y'all might want to highlight 81. Y'all might want to highlight 81. I'm going to read that again. But the Father knoweth that in order for us to follow any law in righteousness, we must first understand this law. And to understand this law in its fullness, we must be given the chance to disobey this law and reap the consequences of our disobedience. To paint a beautiful picture, you need dark colors. We must be given the chance to disobey this law and reap the consequences of our disobedience. And we might know of our own experience that the eternal laws of heaven are indeed righteous. And this, my brothers and sisters, is the purpose of life and the reason that we exist in a mortal state and go through the days of our probation. And this is also the reason why the Maker shall establish his kingdom upon the earth, so that we can garner from the experience, the experience that we need in order to understand all of these eternal laws. And in that day, all of the different nations of the earth shall be under one law. I wonder what law is that? In this law, which the whole earth shall be under, is the law of the Father that pertaineth to all of the kingdoms of glory in the kingdom of the Most High. In this law of the gospel that I have explained unto you throughout, and this is the law of the gospel that I have explained unto you throughout this record. It is the law that was given by Hamashiach in the flesh among the Jews, and also which he gave unto my fathers in the land of Bountiful, aka your book of Mormon. And it is by obedience to this law that priests in righteousness shall be established throughout the land. And now I have given you this law in this record. Therefore, I will not repeat again this law, but would admonish you to read the words which I have given, which I have written concerning the law that Adam gave unto his children in the land of Anonymia. And that law is love one another as he has loved you. Do unto others as he will do, as you will want them to do unto you. Don't believe me? Go read chapter 22. For the words of Adam are great and were recorded by the brother of Jared, who witnessed this great meeting in which he gave the law unto his children. Study these words, my beloved brothers and sisters. For it is by this law, but it is by this law that ye shall live upon the earth in the days of the Maker. And it is by this law that ye shall be judged. Yes. He must be consistent because the children keep breaking the rules until they understand that the parent is serious through consistent punishment and enforcement. So when you're doing somebody wrong and doing somebody bad, does now Isaiah 45:7 make sense? I control the light and the dark. I make peace. I create evil. I, the Most High, do all things. So when you're doing something bad to a person, you reap what you sow. It's easy to understand the scriptures when you know the two eternal laws. Holy order. For it is by this law that ye shall live upon the earth in the days of the Maker. And it is by the law that ye shall be judged. And it is also by this law that ye shall live in the latter days. No, it is by your hat, Ak. If it be desired that the Maker cut short his work in righteousness, if it be your desire that the Maker cut short his work in righteousness, and come unto you before the appointed time of the Father, and the days shall be shortened even for the elect's sake. Behold, 89, Salakia. It is this law that was lived in the fullness by Enoch and those of the city of Enoch who were taken to the kingdom by the Father of the Father. Behold, after the Maker has established his law throughout the whole earth, yea, after Zion is established upon this land, then shall Enoch and all the people of his city, which were raised up by the Father, be brought back to this earth, and they shall establish themselves in the nations in which each of them findeth the joy which each desireth. And those of the city of Enoch who have chosen the celestial kingdom for themselves shall enter into the city of Zion, which shall be known as the New Jerusalem. Then shall they meet the other elect of the Most High, who have been gathered out of all the earth, and they shall receive them into their bosoms, and fall upon their necks, and shall kiss them. And thus shall it be according to the words of the prophets. Seal Book of Moses 4:61. Thank you for that witness, Judah. Thank you for that witness, little bro. Precept 9091. Seal Book of Moses, Seal Book of Mormon. This one in your Bible. Deuteronomy 19:15. 2 or 3 witnesses to establish a matter. 92. And the law of the Maker shall be taught throughout the world, and the wicked who shall remain upon the earth shall be forced to live this law, or they shall be cast out of the land and be put into prisons where they shall be taught this law. And if they do not abide by this law still, they shall die in the prisons, that they might not corrupt the earth. That's brutal. And upon their death, they shall enter again into the Ruach world and join Lucifer and his angels, who awaited the last judgment of the Most High that shall be wrought upon them. Man! Bruh! But it shall come to pass that the majority of the wicked shall see the error of their ways, and shall repent of their sins, and turn away from their wickedness, and begin to trust in the law of the gospel of the Maker, shall give unto them in that day. Well, so everybody see here wicked that don't want to love nobody. If you don't follow that law, when the Mashiach get here, he's going to put you in jail. And if you still don't want to live that law while you're in jail, then when you die, you're going to die in that prison because you don't want to love nobody. You're going to be in the Ruach world with Lucifer, awaiting for your elements to be separated. Hey, I'm just a messenger, pimp. Bruh. You might want to follow them 2 great commandments, because Daddy's mercy endured forever, but he just told you what's going to happen to Lucifer. Lucifer is going to be like stardust. Like you, baby. So you got 2 choices: obey or stardust. You got 1,000 years to choose. Me, I just rather do it the right way. This is his righteousness. For his judgments are righteous and just. He just gave you 93. And with that, still loving Lucifer out here. Still want to commit adultery. Still want to steal, kill, and bear false witness and lie and I don't understand it. I just don't understand. I don't understand. It completely lost. Just well, I know what I'm going to do. Oh, I'm reading that, but I got 8. The wife gave me 8, so gotta go back to 8 for some reason. And with that, I sign off, Yasserala. Keep your love. Frequency. Give it up. You're almost home, Yasserala. Seriously. Almost home. Almost home. I love all of y'all unconditionally. All praises to the Most High Power, I, great I am, the Creator, and to His Son, Yeshua HaMashiach, and to our beautiful mother, Wisdom, the Ruach HaKodesh. All praises and glory to the Most High Power. Love y'all, man. Love y'all. 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 Love you, Mama. Love you, Judah. Q. All of y'all. Love y'all. Shalom. Shalom. Love y'all. Shalom.